Hey everyone, I am Melissa here at the Children's Science Center, and I have something to share with you. I'm going to talk about powering a city. Now, if you were a mayor of a city, you'd have a lot of responsibilities. And one of your responsibilities would be making sure that every citizen gets power to their businesses and to their homes, and sometimes even to airplanes like this. So, how do we pay for all of that? Well, it takes a lot of money. And I have 5 little discs right here. And we're gonna say we have a budget of $5,000. But it might even be $5 million based on how big your city is. So there are many types of energy that we use to power our homes and businesses and all of the things around us that need energy. So we have fossil fuels, we have hydropower, which uses the power of water, we have nuclear energy, and we have wind and solar energy. So there are lots of benefits and drawbacks for each kind of energy that we use. So let's talk about fossil fuels first. So fossil fuels are fuels that we actually get from decayed plants and animals that have been compressed and heated in the Earth's center for millions of years. So that is what we use mainly. That's like the gas that you put in your car. But it has some significant environmental impacts. So when it combusts, so every single time you use that oil, there's a combustion, there's a reaction that's happening, and that releases carbon dioxide. And that carbon dioxide, well, it doesn't seem very harmful. We breathe it out and trees breathe it in. It can actually be really harmful when we have lots of carbon dioxide. So much carbon dioxide that when it diffuses into our waters, like our ocean and streams, it can actually change their pH. It can make them acidic, and it can make wildlife really, really hard to live and survive in those types of environments. So we need to think about that as one of our factors. We have hydropower. Hydropower is a really good source of energy because the movement of water can create energy that can power our cities. But it has drawbacks. So when you make a dam and you store it in one big spot, you often cut off rivers, which can stop the migration of animals like fish and birds. So it might not be the best. Also, it creates lots and lots of heat that could be bad for the environment. Nuclear energy is another energy, and it can be really good because it provides lots and lots of energy. So the way that you do nuclear energy, you take one small little atom and you break the center, and it creates lots and lots of energy. But it creates a radioactive byproduct, and that byproduct that's not usable, it has to be stored for a long, long time. It could take even thousands of years for this material to not be dangerous anymore. And our last one, we have wind and solar energy. So wind and solar energy is really, really cool because it's renewable. You can always have it. You'll always have the sun, you'll always have the wind, so you don't have to worry about it running out. So fossil fuels, they're limited. You don't always have an unlimited supply in the earth. Once it's gone, it's gone. So we need to look at resources that we can use over and over and over again. But most cities don't already have the infrastructure for these, so it takes a while to build and support a city with these energies. And sometimes we have storage problems. Sometimes the sun will give us lots and lots of energy, but we don't have a place to store it effectively. So I have my 5 discs, and I'm going to try to power the city using a blend of these energies. So I'm going to try to use some renewable energy. So I think I'm going to do wind and solar energy. Oh, it only gave me 2 power levels over here. So I want it all the way full. And so I need to use different energies. So I'm going to try to use hydropower. Ooh, that gave me 1 red environmental impact. Okay, let's try 1 fossil fuel. Oh, I powered the city. But I have 3 environmental impact red bars. So imagine if those red bars were all the way full. Do you think that would affect the health of our citizens? It would affect them really negatively. And sometimes if we put too much money into fossil fuels or like hydropower or even nuclear, the communities around those sites that create and store that energy that isn't necessary for our city can actually be negatively affected, because the proximity to those sources can actually be dangerous to live in. But like I said, like we saw, with a blend of energy, we can try to ensure the safety of everyone and provide the energy that everyone needs to be powered in the city. Thanks for joining me.